Patisserie Valerie, a name once known for elegance, handmade cakes and British cafe charm. Established in 1926, the brand grew into a beloved chain with over 200 locations across the UK. But behind the layers of sweetness, a darker recipe was baking, one that will leave investors, employees and customers with a bitter aftertaste. At the center of the story were three key players. Chris Marsh, former CFO who allegedly falsified band records and arrested in connection with the missing fund. Luke Johnson, chairman of Patisserie Holding, who later invested €20 million of his own money but was still held accountable for lapse in oversight. Paul May, CEO during the lead-up to the scandal. In October 2018, a devastating discovery was made. Nearly €94 million in funds were missing. The company bank's accounts were fake. Invoice and financial statement has been forged. Shareholders were stunned. Trading was suspended. The fraud has gone undetected for years, right under the noses of auditors. The consequences were severe. Over 900 employees lost their jobs as the company went into administration. Shareholders saw millions wiped out. Grant Thornton, the audit firm, was fined €2.3 million by regulators. It was not just a financial collapse, it was a collapse of trust. Employees who give years of service, investors who trusted the numbers, suppliers and customers, all blindsided by a fraud that should have been caught. Corporate governance is not just a paperwork, it's about protecting people from precisely this kind of disaster. This scandal taught the business world some painful lessons. Auditors must stay independent and skeptical. Board members must ask hard questions. Transparency must come before growth. In corporate governance, small blind spot can lead to massive breakdown.
Good evening. Tonight, we continue our investigation to the collapse of Patisserie Valerie, once a thriving cafe chain, but now remembered for one of the UK's biggest accounting scandal. Joining us tonight, Mr. James Walker, a former senior auditor from Grant Thornton, the firm responsible for reviewing the company finances. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, let's get straight to this scandal. Your firm signed off on Patisserie Valerie accounts year after year. How can $94 million was missing? How did that go unnoticed?
It's a fair question. At the time, we follow standard procedures, but it's now clear that the company's financial team, particularly the CFO, went to great lengths to hide the fraud using fake bank documents and fabricate transactions.
So, are you saying that your team never asked for confirmations, those about the bank statement from the actual bank?
We rely on what appeared to be original documentation provided by management. In hindsight, we should have independently verified those statements more truthfully. That was a failure on our part.
But isn't your job to catch exactly this type of manipulation? Should be someone from the Grant Thornton to be held accountable?
Yes, and our accountability has already begun. The Financial Reporting Council fined us $2.3 million. Internal processes have since been reviewed and updated to prevent such oversights in the future.
Meanwhile, 900 people lost their job, stores shut down, investors lost millions. Do you think apology is enough for them?
We deeply regret the impact this had on employees, investors and the public. Auditors are meant to be gatekeepers of trust. In this case, trust was broken. We have taken that very seriously.
What's your biggest lesson here for auditors and company alike?
Don't assume, always verify. Trust must be earned and confirmed, especially when millions are on the line. We must stay skeptical even when things look sweet on the surface.
A lesson indeed, Mr. Walker. Thank you for your time. Fall of Patisserie Valerie is a story of a cake covered outside corporate collapse, and it's one of these continue to echo across boardroom and the audit firm today. This is Chlorine reporting from Business True.
From the outside, Patisserie Valerie looked like a sweet success. By inside, it was a recipe for ruin. May this story remind us, ethical oversight is not just about business, it's about the trust.